And another prediction that Rasulullah ﷺ made was that about the dressing of women. And he said that there will be women who will be dressed but they appear to be naked. And these will be the people who will not enter paradise, and they will be the people who will not smell even the odor or the fragrance of Jannah. And they will be, Jannah is actually, even if you don't enter Jannah, you can smell the beautiful fragrance much away, far away. So that's the special thing about Jannah. But these kind of women will not be able to smell that. So this is a very serious thing, and unfortunately I don't have to go into a lot of details. You know it very well, that how our society is, modern world today, how the dressing, how woman is considered, and the amount of skin that a woman shows, it is considered beauty, unfortunately. And that has changed. It has become like a common culture now. But Rasulullah ﷺ is basically referring to the amount of clothing that a woman wears, and also the transparent clothing that she wears. That is the problem, and that is going to happen, and we see it around us. So that prediction became true, and in the previous days this was considered like the days of scholars, Sahaba radiallahu anhu. Nobody could imagine that this time would come. But anyways, just for sisters, I would like to give some guidelines at Sharia, that our Islamic rulings, what kind of clothing they should wear, what are the restrictions, what are the conditions specified in a hadith, and what do scholars say about it. I'll just mention maybe 8, 9, and I can give you more details later on, inshallah, in another halaqah when I talk about fiqh of food and clothing, inshallah. But in general, first thing that a woman should know is that whenever she buys clothing, she has to make sure that the material itself is right. So just don't buy anything. You have to make sure that it is not made of animal skin or a pig or something like that. You have to be very careful about that. Second thing, that the clothing that you're wearing, it should cover the entire body, especially if you're going out. And even in your household, you can show the your jewelry, the area, your jewelry to your family members. That is fine. But again, another restriction that you have is that it should not be transparent, should not be see-through clothing, and it should be loose, it should not be tight. That's another thing. And other scholars also mention that your clothing should not be eye-catching. So if you go out, it should not be eye-catching for people. Even if you wear a jilbab, people should not say that, oh, look what a beautiful jilbab that is. That's the whole point of hijab is lost there, right? Is it? So that should not be there. And another thing that scholars said, that women, when they wear clothing, it should not resemble the clothing of men. It should not resemble the clothing of men. Specifically, the scholars say that if something is very specifically made for men, like for example, a tie, right? A tie is only worn by men. And woman wearing a kufi, for example, that's again something, a cap, so that is something again specific for men. And again, things go by culture. Few clothing is common between men and women in certain countries, but it's up to the culture. And also, the scholars said that the clothing should not be specific to a religion. So if a woman can't say that, hey, that the clothing that a Christian nun wears, it's very cool, I'll wear that. No, that is very specific to a religion. You cannot wear there. You cannot wear a cross even if you do not believe in the the crucifixion of Jesus, you still cannot wear a cross. And another thing that scholars say, that when you wear clothing, it should not be perfumed. And we know that hadith, we covered that hadith, how Rasulullah ﷺ mentioned about the women who wear perfume. And also the last one, women's clothing should not be a clothing of shuhra, or you can say arrogance or showing off. That should not be there.